everybody. I'm starting a minute early, but that's okay. I am going to be doing a season update, play a little bit, show some tips. We'll see what's happening. I got to post in the Discord that I am live now. And should post in the channel as well, in Galaxy. Okay. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to show the map and leaderboards in a minute. I want to get this started. I am going to go ahead and come on, there you are. So, one of the great things about this game, which worked a lot better than Rise to War, is dwindling down keeps. So we got this Erithos station, and uh, it's kind of this week. This season is 3 weeks, and they're going to be doing. It's kind of ending right before the end of the year, and they. The reason for that is Rise to War ends New Year's. Well, that's going to be a problem. A lot of people are going to need a place to play. And this is Rise to War 1.0, absolutely. Hi, 91. Thank you for joining. Beer Buffalo, a lot of people know from Rise to War. There's a lot of us. CC Master was in there. So, anyways, okay, let me show you the map real quick. Let me start with this. So they're doing the 3 week season. Um, Short because they're doing a bunch of things. They should have a PvP arena that's released within the next week, I'm guessing. They're also trying to get the Fantasy Land skin beta approved by Google and Apple before the end of the year. They're actually trying to get it approved this week. So, what that means is you don't always have to look at space. You can change your skin to look at a fantasy land game as well. So, you have Tower down here in Eldarin, which is the biggest one. You have CMPS, which is the biggest group in the game, and they are in Arcos. I'm not sure who's everybody else is, but I am going to go over the leaderboards. So, with that being said, you have um, Nova right here. 3 weeks is going to be hard to get up there, but it's mostly we're going to be fighting each other, testing things out. We have the PvP arena coming, so it should be a lot of fun. Now, let me go back to what I was starting to do. Okay, so armies are cleared at Etheros. So what I'm doing is we are going to dwindle it down. I'm also going to be doing this kind of efficiently. You're going to be seeing me click a lot of times. And what that is, I have two siege officers. And this right here is another great thing. You can change your augmentation on the fly. So I changed it. I don't have to break it down or anything like that. There is no penalty if you did decide to break it down and rebuild as well. So I have this one that gives Siegecraft +6. Right now, the description on the two siege officers have race specific. The race doesn't matter. Right now, it's just Strikecraft. I don't know if that's a bug. If they, my opinion is they just need to change the description, saying all Strikecraft Siege +2, or whatever it is. But those don't work. But the commanders themselves are kind of race specific on some of them, not on. I think that was Elizabeth. Okay, so they hit. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to send two more in, and I'm Dominus and Resolute, and I'm going to switch. This is the way to be the most efficient. It is a lot of extra work, but as free to play or grinding out, Resolute, Resolute, Resolute. Uh, that's just the game name of the game. Your effort is going to make up for not spending in a lot of cases. So as you can see, it has a percentage here, but it also tells you how long until it's full, which is great. Arsenal, buddy, good to see you. So we took, we had, what is this, Lyra, I think it is? I do not know the names yet. Lyra was scheduled for an hour ago, but people started dwindling it down a few hours ago, and it being a small keep, well, it got done before the time, which kind of sucked for people that were just um, that had alarms set or anything to attack, and we understand, and it wastes their time going. It it is unfortunate, but with this short season, we got to do what we got to do to try to get as much done in the 3 weeks. I'm looking forward to the PvP arena. I think that will be cool. I think that fantasy skin, beta skin, where you're playing on land is going to be awesome. I've seen some pictures of it, and they look amazing. Oh yeah, let's check Emberhelm. Yep, my Emberhelm completely wiped the defenders with no losses. So because I'm trying to be more efficient and make sure I have my siege commanders, I am doing this slowly instead of just going at it. Plus we're dwindling. I mean, if this was a scheduled time where we are hitting this station at, I don't even know, what are we at, 20 UTC? Um, I would be sending everybody trying to help, trying to hurry. One thing I have been trying to do that is kind of frustrating me. I've been working on Sylph. I've been trying to use Sylph as a tiler. And let me show you. I'm not going to be doing this the whole time. Just so you guys know, just at the beginning. But Sylph I want to use as a PvE tiler. And I'm also thinking about PvP. I saw some good things. And here was another side note. There was a patch released 3 days ago that has all of the rare ships. Some of their skills weren't working. Um, some of their skills weren't working or firing off correctly. They went through and they fixed all of the rare ships. So why is that such a big deal? Well, with all these, hopefully with all the new people we will get when Rise to War closes, they're going to be starting off with these rare ships. So those bugs are going to be fixed. So it's going to help them produce. So as you can see, I did this 150 and I'm switching over my gear. like a good boy. This is my best power set of gear. I'll show you. You know, I got damage received here. I have 50% chance to deal extra damage, all power. I got power, and then I really like Sarah because of this ship initiative. That is huge. It also gives a 10% chance to evade, but I'm not worried about that because I don't have her augmented, refined. And then I have Elizabeth, and this is the one that I'm switching on for Siege, the augmentation to Siege right now. But she's the best one I got because she has the healing, and healing is huge in PvE. And it actually does work in PvP depending on the ship that you're fighting. But as you can see, I'm taking a little bit of losses here. You know, I took 9 losses. I know it's a tier 1, but it is a medium unit. I'll show you the skills in a minute. Let me send these guys back for another hit. Who was it? Dominus and Resolute, right? Yeah. Resolute. And another thing, when you are doing sieges, as you can see, I have a bunch full. I'm doing it in an efficient way. But over here, I have a couple that are full. But I have one that's empty. That way, when stamina runs out on one, I can resend back. Now, Silth. Where are you, Silth? Oh, yeah, you're up top. So, I really like the thought of some of these skills. I mean, right here, you have, you know, a big damage dealing skill right here. I'm at 400% and I'm only at 10 of 15. It also gives some damage received reduction, and it's modified by power stat. I do not know what the modification is. I haven't read in the reports yet for Silth. You got one here that increases the capital ship's power initiative, damage received. Down here, close range strike craft damage plus 0.7%, and it does. I'm almost positive it does stack because I know other ships that it stacks. This one is another damage skill, standard damage, and reduces the next damage dealt by 5%. Over here, you got another one. Okay, what's good about this skill is it gives, you know, an okay amount of damage, but one-eyed Allen unit evades next damage received. Now, when the evade and all that is working properly, that's going to be nice. You got a heal right here for long range strike craft, and that's each round. That's a lot of healing. You know, you got long range damage dealt, which I need to start putting points in here because I forgot. This is a very good skill, and this is going to come up to play on strike craft made um, capital ships. All allied strike craft gain first strike, and this is the first 2 rounds. So they act first no matter what. And then 5% chance to gain follow up. So this chance right here, the 5%, goes up to 75% when it's all maxed out. That could be great. You also have some ships that give you a follow up, but this will work great with certain other ships, and I like the long range. But right now I'm mono stacking because of which skill was it? This one right here, which I probably shouldn't because evade doesn't work at the moment. They are working on it. You also have this one. You got another quick shot over here that does good amount of damage. I mean, 30% at round 1, so you're talking 300% when it's full. And then the capital ship initiative plus 6 for 1 round. So one of the great things about this is then you're getting your ship to hit first too. Well, if you get your ship to hit first, all your strike craft are hitting first, you get all your damage dealt, and it's for 1 round. So, like I said, so rounds 3, 5, 7, and 9, you are getting that. Well, I have a damage skill here for round 3. Was it this one? I have another damage skill here for round 3. So once you get your mastery level up and your regular level up, you're going to have a lot of points. And as you can see, there's war games. There's certain ships you just have to use war games on, and I am doing Resolute and Dominus right now, right? I'm gonna double check them. Oh, no, I wanted to click on Dominus or Resolute. Dominus, yep, they're the ones that have the commanders. And let me zoom out. This is one of the things that annoys me about BlueStacks is trying to get it just right on the zoom. Cypher is a ship that's not really good at PvE, but PvP, it is amazing. They did, like I said, do adjustments to all the rare ships, this included. There was one of the, which one was it? Was it First Blood? I think it was First Blood was firing off every round or something like that. There was one skill that wouldn't fire off after round one, and something that was firing off every round when it shouldn't. But either way, they've got it so that maybe it was the damage booster. So everything is working properly now. It's a little bit of a nerf to Cypher because people were taking advantage of the bug, but now it is working correctly. So, High 91, Arsenal. You're the only two that said hi. How is your season going? What are you guys looking at for um, your ship levels, and which ships are you using? I think the PvP arena is going to be where most of the fighting is for the season. Um, if we look back at the map, I mean, you see Arcos is here. Let's zoom in one. I mean, people, it's obvious what everyone's doing. Everyone's trying to expand. Well, Arcos has taken this, so they're coming over into this area. We have, we are right there. So we take this, we can relocate close. Maybe we have some fighting with Arcos. Let's take a look around the map. Omega, they haven't taken anything. Stonar hasn't taken anything. Tyrannus hasn't taken anything. Oh, another thing I will explain. This season they have opened up the backup areas. Last season it was a one-way crossing, so people couldn't go into there. And what it is so that if you get invaded and uprooted, you have a safe place to get spawned and you can rebuild your farms. Well, this season they opened it up so it can go both ways, so people are opening it up to get extra resources. So Stonar did that, Tyrannus did that. Ograx, okay, Ograx has taken one station. They have taken a lot of crossings. Okay, they got Pravanas over here. You got Vanguard, they took one. They've taken this. They're probably going to come over here and have a fight with Ograx. Terra has gotten one. Okay, and they're working on this one, probably dwindling it down. Let's take a look. How many people they got over there? Doesn't look like many. And I haven't taken a look at the leaderboard yet, which I will in just a moment. Yeah, CMPS is the big dogs of the game. Tower was with them last season. They are not with them this season. We are with Tower this season. So it's definitely a kind of a change going on. I'm just going to do this two at a time. I'm done switching. That's too much work. Okay. Let me scroll up and get rid of some of these tiles. I'm going to give you guys a couple tips for those that don't know. So, let's go down here. So, I have this training area. Okay. Just zoom in just a tad. Come on. Okay, just a little bit more. I need to see the. Ah, oh well. Well, as you see, I got a 300, I got a 230, and a 230 here. So what I've been doing is going through, and I got Sylph up here trying to level up too. But I'm just releasing and taking. The 300 is the Ember Helm. That's the only one that can take that now. So I've been releasing that a lot. But I have Dark Fang, I have Hammerhead, who I want to use for PvP this season as well. So I'm leveling him up. He's not that great on on the bigger tiles. On early farming, like say 130s and below, he's good. But I haven't seen a greatness coming from him for 200 pluses. One of the good things about the 230s is if you can get a loop going. And what a loop going is, you cause a draw. You do some damage to it, but you do a draw. And you keep drawing. You don't do enough damage to kill the tile. And I'm going to try to do that with Dark Fang. Dark Fang, I did give that because I was trying to take the tile. But I'm going to give Dark Fang weaker commanders so that I can. Is it this one? No. I think that's too much power. I mostly want the unit defense and just a tad bit of power. What else do I got? I think it's going to be Axel, and that's all power. That's elemental, yeah. So if you can get a loop going, you can get, a million XP. I mean, somebody, I heard somebody had 60 draws. 60? That's just nuts. Power, unit defense, okay. It's going to be Tony, I think. Tony gives more power than Fenra. Fenra gives initiative +1 to all strikecraft. Tony is just to close range strikecraft. Just so people know the difference between the two. But again, I'm going for a little bit weaker. And I'm not even going to put that. Because Dark Fang can take 230s easily. But I want to get the endless draw. I mean, we have this keep scheduled for tomorrow at 20 UTC. I don't mind saying that. Everybody knows this. We're taking keep, setting up for PvP arenas, setting up for some PvP. And look at Amalgam go. This guy always shows up in crowds. Who else we got? We got Care Bear. Thank you for showing up, Care Bear. Care Bear's got quite a bit. There's those. I'm not sure how far behind I am. I've been helping a lot of people this season with getting bigger tiles, so I kind of put a back seat on leveling. I mean, I've probably not wasted. Very bad choice of words. I've probably spent 2 days, full days, just helping people with Emberhelm. So, like right now, Emberhelm's level 40. I probably think I should have him around 43, 44 by now. But that's okay. Even like now, he's just going to sit by this station and he's going to clear defenders. But I've been started to work on leveling some of these other ones. I want to use Emberhelm, Hammerhead, and Paladin are going to be my main three. And Paladin's only there for confusion bombs. I think I want to mix in Sylph in there. I mean, as you can see, I have Dominus, Paladin, and Valkyrie for the legendary ships. I got Mastery 2 on both. They're not getting any higher. Tempest is Mastery 1. He's not good enough. He needs a little bit higher. Loki is another one that's kind of interesting, but he needs R5, I think. So I mostly want to get all of these top five. I want to get completely dialed in for the newcomers coming when Rise of War closes. I want them to have a leg up and be able to. Um, hold on. Oh, he's out. Okay. I want them to be able to have a leg up and be able to use things correctly. Radiant and Dread are the next two that I'm going to drain. Where is Radiant? I can't put him on yet because Resolute is marching. Um, One of my opinions is to be a team player. Everybody wants to level up their main ships first. They need to farm, get resources up. Absolutely. Don't shy away from leveling up Dread and Radiant and a couple other siege ships. I mean, it's easy to do. You switch and put your best gear on them and then start taking level 30 tiles. Or you do war games. Either or. Once you get to that level. But level up your siege ships. Just a little bit. I mean, I have Radiant 21, Dread 21. But get them at least to 14, 15. And people will spend time tile capped. So what you do is you put your best gear on them and then have them attack level 30 tiles. You're not taking the tile, you're just killing the defenders, right? You'll get the XP from it. Oh yeah, there's no way that this station's going to last until tomorrow. I mean, some people have sent, I'm just dwindling and we're already down 22%. Moonveil, Emberhelm, and Aegis. Moonveil I really want. I want Sunder as well. Hi Silk, nice to see you. Thanks for coming. Anybody that doesn't know, Silkwing is also another creator, and he has some really good informative videos. I always look forward to his videos. They've helped me out a lot. So I'll continue to dwindle here. But as far as, like I said, being a good team player, still get some of your siege level just a little bit. It doesn't have to be a lot, trust me. Okay, there was some tiles down here somewhere that I wanted to hit with Sylph. Okay, right here. Let me connect. I need to change officers. Yeah, I've been trying. I don't know how long you've been on Silk, but I have been trying to use Sylph. I want to get Sylph good for PvE. And I think it could be a really good PvE ship. The only problem with this is I'm not going to have that extra heal because I'm using um, my main support commander up here. Okay, now Resolute's empty, so let's empty and refill the other ships. What else is here that's empty? Dominus. Dominus has got the T1s. Okay, I got a couple ships over here. Who is it that needs filled? Tempest. And after this keep, I'm going to be releasing my daggers because I've been creating broadswords to help with siege. Yeah, Mjolnir. I really don't know how to pronounce it. I'm gonna have to like get somebody to call me or something and say it out loud how to pronounce Mjolnir. I just call him MJ. because I always butcher it. But Revenant, I've heard good things on. I heard that it used to be a lot better, though. I think it got a huge nerf, from what I know, from what I've heard. I got 5 minutes on this, and then I'm going to try to get Dark Fang on a loop. Speaking of, I'm not going to have that healing, so I got my healing maxed here. I got some points in here, but I'm wondering how much. And then these are, I hate strike craft or race specific. I'm thinking I should probably fill this up. Yeah, because I'm trying to do the loop thing. Austin, hello. Thank you for joining us. I saw somebody using Dark Fang last season in PvP. I do need much less damage, and then okay. Now let's max this out. I don't have much damage output coming. He's using the heavies, so hopefully he gets the loop, and I'm using the weaker commanders. Let's see. Where did... Yep, that's what I wanted. So like I said, just going around. Oh, I didn't even need to do that. There was a, what's it called? Patrol on this tile earlier. I just took it for granted that it was still going to be Mjolnir. Yay! I nailed it. Thanks, Silk. That makes me feel good. You have no idea. Let's see. I got Paladin and Loki over here full. I got Tempest. Who else is over here? Resolute and Dominus. And I don't need to level them. If I get my Siege to level 20 in the season, I'm perfectly happy with that. Mjolnir. Okay. I'm hoping my buddy Angus is still, if he's still awake, he shows up in here. Angus is on the team. But now that we've done that, he's flying. I still got 4 minutes on that 2:30 release, and let's take a look at the leaderboards. Asmail, good guy. Zoro, they're in Zoro. They changed to Zoro this season. Okay. Influence. So these are the best farms. Isaac, another great guy. He's been quiet. I haven't seen him talk much in chat. Of course, I'm not always in chat, but Commander Candy, Cemento, Cersei Maker, RZK Captain. Don't know him, but I know he is annoying as hell. We fought against CMPS and Tower last season, and this guy just kept flipping tiles and pushing. Every time I would make progress on an area, I would sign off for like an hour, and I'd come back and he deleted every progress that I made. He was a pain in the ass. Hanky, Matursa, Amalgan. Oh, Silk, you're up to 13th. Wow. Good job. Dario. Big Mouth Dario. Yes, I said it. I'm trying to figure out who he was in Rise to War because the way he talks, I'm pretty sure. You got Lion. Zoro. Oh, yeah, Zoro. That's because, who was it? CC Master, I think, started that. Let's take a look at the guilds. You got CMPS, which is in the lead. No, no surprise there. You have us in second. Chaos Bitch is in third, and Ogrox. You got Zoro in fourth. Okay, so they got a strong team. Here's the thing: CMPS right here, it's got 1.3. You got Bitch and Zoro that have 1.2 together. But here's the thing: It all depends on the amount of players. Well, let me click. No, it won't. But you could have these if they're full, say 200, say even 160 players here, and CMPS only has say 90. I would put my money on this team because they have that many more players. If they're active, they have that many more tiles. You got Frog over there too. Hive Mind, Jedi did a return this season. Fire Lock, which is a couple people from Loda from Rise to War. You shall not pass. Okay. I mean, a lot of people I know weren't really playing this season, are just signing on for the dailies because it's only a 3 week season. We're in third? Wow. Vanguard's up here. Stonear. Okay. So I think it's going to be these three doing the main fighting if we can get somewhere together. War ranking, I don't think anybody. Oh, never mind. Good luck, Swanky Punch. Okay, they got a little bit of PvP already. It's good to know. We go leaderboard, click player. Oh, and then click guild. Yeah. Okay, you got 44 and Zoro. That's what I was. Okay. How many in bitch? You got 77. So you're at what? 121 so far. Zoro, bitch. I don't think this is the Raven from Toby. Okay. Diog. 1. Okay. So you got 140 there. CMPS has 100. Okay. So it's about 40 more players. Not too bad. Was that my last hits on Dread and Radiance? Yes, okay, so they are empty. Over here I have. Who's full? I got Paladin and Loki. Tempest will be in 15 minutes. Let's switch out. Okay, he can't take that, so. I did post something in recommended, or what is it? Paladin and Hoot Loki. Um, about how support commanders are rare enough to get, and then to get one with Siege is kind of rare, that they should take off the race specific off of the skill, the augmented skill. If it happens, we'll see. So I only have Paladin with the buff, but I'm not going to keep switching, so Paladin and Loki are going. Okay, Sylph. Let's see what Sylph did. Chuck Norris? That's funny. Okay, so 130, he took 5 losses. Hmm. I mean, he's level 27, this is 25. He should be taking less. And like I said, I know some people are going to say, well, use more ships. I'm trying to do it, but I keep forgetting that evade doesn't work always. So, yeah. Let's see, where is. Let's see if we can get a loop going. Dark Fang. You know, one of the reasons why I want to level up Dark Fang too is not for the PvP, but for PvE. That way, if we're pushing an area against an enemy, I can always send him at these big tiles, and I know he's going to take it. It's not always like that. You know, if you use Hammerhead, depending on the enemy, you might get the defender of the tile. You might get some losses, things like that. Had to kill myself to level up. That hurts. Ring. Where's Ring at? Oh, Arcos. Okay. And this would be a small, see, Ring Family second season in War of Nova. So, Tharshi was a um, content creator in Rise to War. That's not good. Okay, let's fix some. Let's get him the good stuff. I probably should be using the extra heal, but I mean, you get a little bit of power there with that one. What does she do? Power, close range damage. Because I'm using Elizabeth for the siege. Because I mean, I could switch it to heal, but I don't want to keep coming in here every 2 seconds. Yeah, I brought that up already. Silk. Chuck Norris, I know we played together in Rise to War. I've played with a lot of people in Rise to War, but I do remember you. I mean, I think we played, what was it, 2 or 3 seasons together? Who's this coming in? Flames of Siege. Yeah, more and more people are starting to show up and come over here. I am 23 hours until we do this. I don't think it's going to last. I am really looking forward to this fantasy skin. Like, I want it to come out already. How long until, what's his nuts? Tempest is full. 9 minutes. Can Tempest use, um, I don't even know her name. This one, nope. Sidrikill. Sidrikill? I got 2 minutes on Dark Fang. And that's good. I applaud the people that are still playing Rise to War until the end. My problem was I was in a season when they announced the sunset. We were only a couple weeks in. So when my season actually ended was, when was it? December 2nd or 4th or something like that. It might have been the last week of November. But anyways, when my season was going to end, if I started another season, I wouldn't have a full season. And being pissed off because of the sunset notification that they were closing, not having a full season, it rubbed me the wrong way. So I had a really hard time logging back into Rise to War. I mean, I did a little bit to check my messages here and there from all my friends, but yeah, it was hard. I wish they would have gave more notice, because if they would have gave more notice, it would have helped people not be so pissed off. But then people could have scheduled like a last hurrah season. You know what I mean? Because how many teams, if they would have known it was coming, would have waited in Bag End for other teams so that there could be just one big, huge server completely full with, the biggest teams or smaller teams, or just being able to play with all your friends again. And the devs on this game, I could not see them doing the same play that Rise to War did. I can't see them doing it. They are too. Um, they communicate too much with us, or not too much, but they communicate a lot with us. So I don't think they're just gonna kind of blow something in there. Okay. Now how's it look? Okay, that's better. I mean, I'm not doing much damage at all, which I'm okay with as long as I don't take losses. Any tips for early game farming? Actapult, nice to see you. Welcome. And quick ship experience. I'm tech level 20 ships. I have around 12 ships. I burn through more ships than I can conscript. Okay, so early farming. You have to be very smart about it. And what I'm going to show you is not every ship is there for farming. Okay? You say you have about 12 ships. So I'm going to assume that you have all the rare ships. Um, J Tob or Chuck Norris says only Dark Fang and Emberhelm. No, not only them, but these are your. If you're, I'm going to talk just rare ships for PVE. Dark Fang and Emberhelm are your two rock stars for tiles, and Emberhelm actually is decent in PvP. So when you're doing early game farming, you want heals. Okay, with Emberhelm, there's a sweet spot. If you spend money, you want this bottom tree 5 point each. If you're completely free to play, you're going to want it at 7 points each. Now, you're not maxing it out because some of the heal ends up getting kind of wasted the more points you put into it because you need to do some damage. So you want to get some points here. You want to rush getting heavies. And when I'm talking, let me send these two ships back, and then I'm going to go to the barracks and show you. Which epic and two legendaries do you have as well? Okay, come on. Thank you. So your biggest thing is you do not want to use light strike crafts. I don't know which area you started in, but like with Eldarin, okay, first thing you get are these long range lights, okay? What I did immediately was rush to get vanguards, and then I rushed to get these lancers, medium units, okay? Light units are always going to take a lot of losses in PvE. So you want to rush to get medium units. Um, Medium close range are going to be the beefiest. Now, once you do that, you can start farming like level 40s through even I'd say 130s with these medium units. Then you want to rush a heavy unit. The two heavy units are in Vanguard and Ograx. Okay, they are very much big, beefy tanks. So it all depends on where you're starting at, which order gets unlocked on the others. But don't use Lightcraft if you can avoid it. Rush to get mediums. That's and then rush to get larges. Okay, I got a minute left on that one. Um, that's the biggest thing. You want some heals, ships, Dark Fang, same thing. When you're doing early game, you're gonna want this right here. Now this is his only heal, but it's one allied unit. So that's the other thing to pay attention to. This heals one allied unit. So I want a mono stack, meaning only put one kind of unit on it so that I know what's getting the healing. A lot of people will just put three strike craft thinking that's the best. Put like a medium close range and then a couple long range. It all depends on the ship. So pay attention to that. So one allied unit recovers 80%. Um, let's see who else. Okay, here's another one. Like what I was just talking about, Cypher. He is not good for PvE. Okay, but he does have this skill right here, which is a healing skill. But this one does two allied targets. So that gives you a choice to where you could run two units on him. So biggest things, rush medium units, then rush heavy units. And just pay attention to what they are. So like I said, this is what monostack is. Because remember, he heals one allied unit 80% each round. So I got one unit here. Now, Omnis, he's using two for the defender. Let's see, which one of my ships am I doing it? Emberhelm is another one that you're going to want a mono stack. See, I have just my heavies. Moonveil is really good early game um, for PvE. I'm not sure about Odin or Astaroth. Silkwing would actually know better on those. I was actually going to get to that. Mig, thank you very much for coming as well. So one of the things Mig was saying was Cypher can be used for early PvE, but there's a kicker with that. Okay, Tempest is full. Good. How much time left? 11 minutes. So what he's talking about is Cypher. You can use your healing skill. You have great first round damage, and that's what you're going to want is a lot of first round damage. Now, let me show you. Okay, so he's talking about it's doable if you have, like right here, a support commander. Every 2 rounds, one ally strike craft recovers 20%. So if you have a commander that does this, you can monostack Cypher, and then you have healing every 2 rounds. Okay, like with this, because I have her augmented a couple times, it would do 60% healing every 2 rounds. So with that heal, Cypher can be used. You just have to be careful. Um, where's Dark Fang? How's he doing down here? I have used Cypher for some bigger tiles because of that round one defense, but he has the healing officer, and it depends on the defenders if you're going to take losses or not. So for me, I play it more safe because I don't want to lose Strikecraft. Hammerhead. Let me show you Hammerhead. Hammerhead I've found is good for like 40s through 130s. Doesn't Starts to take losses at 150s and above. I mean, he has this healing chance right here. He has this skill that when it deals damage, you're also going to recover hit points for one allied unit. So it's again, we would be mono stacking. He also has this one. Every round, medium strike craft recovers 12%. So Hammerhead is one that like I said, I have been using. I've been trying to level up. Let me show you. Where is he? Hammerhead. I have him monostacked with a medium unit, close range medium unit, the halberds. This, when hit by enemies, standard attack performs a counter attack that deals 21% damage. So he's going to do a lot of counterattacks as well. I like the T3 glaive. I think they're called glaives. Let me go in here. Oh, it's time to build something too. Glaives? Yeah, glaives. Because you get the counterattack and you get the damage reduction. And it's still a medium close range. So I'm going to level up my bay so that I can get these. But they're only going to be used on Hammerhead because the heavies are going to be your best friend on 80% of your ships. Yeah, Arcos light units aren't that good. I've not upgraded Commander yet. How does that activate skill work? By Commander, do you mean officers? Arsenal? Tech Lab is a good thing to level up to. Where am I at? I can't do those. I will not be leveling this bay up to get these, even though they give me more siege. I'm happy with the 15 I get from Broadsword. So let me go into. Oh, I still didn't even start something. Sure. And let me start fabrication. Let me get some more Warhammers going. Also, your abilities here. Okay, Arsenal, I'll get back to officers in just a second. So, your ring abilities or operations tech is very important as well. Now, you have options because you have all of these over here that are going to increase your fighting, your initiative, your elemental, or your power. These are very big. I think very big for early game for trying to rush bigger tiles. You have your economy over here. I generally only use this probably on day two or three because I have these leveled up because I want to take bigger tiles as fast as possible. And by the time day 2 or 3 rolls around, my like Emberhelm, because I have Emberhelm and Darkfang, they are big enough to where I can take bigger tiles without losses. I'm doing this for you, Silk. I hope this gives you some enjoyment. So once I am able to take those tiles without many losses with those commanders, I'll switch to getting the extra resources. Come on. And then down here, fuel tanks, another good one. Once you get this unlocked, I recommend, doing your war games because even if you have to start doing war games on a level 200 tile, that's okay. Just do it a small amount at a time. Communicate with your team. Your team will help you get bigger tiles. I mean, when I first started taking tiles, I took 4 minutes left. I was taking 200s. I took a couple 200s. I took a couple 230s, and then I took a couple 260s. So when I started, I gave up 4 or 5 260s to people so that they could start war games. I helped a bunch of people get 200s and 230s. See, as you can see, I don't have really that many. Yes, it's going to be more than some, but it, a lot of people have a lot more than me. So talk to your team. Your team will help you out. Okay, so now officers. Let me let her hit. once she hits, I am going to break down one once they hit. And how long is the flight? 2 minutes. Okay. Because I'm going to have to kill that again here in a minute. So let's go to this officer. And I am just going to break it down and start over. So I'm going to unassign and crew, which you can do for free. Okay. So now let's go over here. So you're going to want to choose the first and foremost. You want to choose the right stats for your ship. Then you're going to look at the skills. See, so I have Elizabeth with move speed, siege, recover HP, which is huge, and then close range strike craft damage. So I am going to use her. Now, she's at base level. I cannot augment her because she doesn't have any regular strengthens. Okay. Let's see. So we're going to enhance her. I probably should have looked at which ones were where. Okay, lightning. I'm not going to use lightning right now, so I am going to upgrade her with that. Now that she has one blank star, you can augment. So now here's the tip. Right now she has recovery. And as you saw, I have recovery, I have move speed, I have siege, and I have close range strike craft for the skills. I'm going to want to use a different skill than the HP. This way, like with close range weapons, okay? Not only did she go from 20% heal to 40%, I can change this skill to close range strike craft damage dealt plus 1.5% because that is the skill that I use to augment her. Now, down here it says 1.5%. Watch when I activate it. It goes to 3% because she is leveled up once. But just on the screen, it will only show the base level. Okay? And you can change them on the fly, which is great. I'm going to enhance again. Let's see. Bradley, here's the one, elemental, unit initiative, move speed. Not something I really need right now. And then, did I use Lisa? Oh, I guess I did. No, I'm going to use Lisa. So I'm going to enhance again and now go back to augment. So I have close range, I have heal, then I have travel booster and elder and siege. I'm going to put the elder and siege on, but I gotta take off. Hold on. Paladin, 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 paladin. I gotta unassign. I think I was on Ember. So now that I'm going to augment with the siege one, same thing. This goes from 40 to 60. So all the other ones will be times 3. Now I go to change, and Elder and Siege will be 3 times that, so it's 6, and this one will be 3 times, so it would be 4.5. So that's the basics of changing and augmenting for free. Hold on. Come on, Emberhelm. Come on down. Let me get Tempest. Oh, I'll switch with Elizabeth here in a minute. So does that answer your questions, Arsenal? Yes, I still talk to the White every day, every other day. Me and him are really good friends, actually. Great guy. I've been trying to get him into um, War of Nova, but he struggles with the space thing. So I'm hoping when the fantasy skin beta thing comes out, that I can get him here and he'll play, looking at land fantasy. Because I miss playing with him. He's a great guy. You're welcome, Arsenal. And just like in Rise to War, okay, I do not want that. That's too long. Um, you're gonna want to make your best officers, okay, and then switch them around, okay. So, like here, this is my power set. So I put a lot of power in there, but as you can see, I don't have any other purples built. But I condensed it because this is what I need. It was my power. Over here, this has got the power and the elemental, which I need. So this will work for both power or an elemental ship. This will work for a ship that needs power. You don't want to just put, one purple with base level purple on 10 ships. Combine it down to, say, two, maybe even three sets, but one for power, one for elemental. Over here, let me go to this one. This one I have extras because I just opened up a bunch of chests. So, as you can see, I have my, right here, my elemental set. Here I have my power set. I do have, okay, I only got four. I don't even know what they are. I haven't even looked at them yet. Okay, here's another one I could build for power if I wanted to. And here's one that could be used for either. But, yeah, condense, make them better. I don't know which one I want to do. I'll look at that later. Did Embraham kill yet? Yes. Okay. Tempest is the last one with stamina. Come here, come here, come here. Yes. And now I am going to change on the fly again. Siege. Thank you. Oh, here, I'll show you really quick. Another thing. So when you click on them, if you click on the picture, it'll give you a bigger pop-up so you can read it. But it tells you what the siege damage is. So with this officer, I'm getting +6 siege. So what that means is +6 on every ship. And that's another reason why you want to use light craft, because out of 100 supply, I'm getting 100 ships. So right there's an extra 600 siege if per hit if it's holding 100. Okay. Now mediums, you're only going to get 50 units for 100 supply, and then heavies, you're only getting 25 units for 100 supply. So on mediums, you're getting 50 ships +6. That's only an extra 300 siege per hit, where lights was 600. And then with heavies, you're only getting an extra 150 siege damage, if that makes sense to people. So, siege 615. And I just want to show you guys that this works. That was Tempest, unassigned. And now we're going to go back and look at Tempest. Might as well march them. Tempest. Without that officer, he's only doing 1105. So, as you can see, that's a big difference. Oh, no, this one. Oh, I haven't checked on Darkfang in a little bit. How's he doing? Okay, he lost a couple more units. There it is. Let's see. Okay, so right here, the tile reset, and I took a few more losses. Ominous. Ominous, no losses. No losses. I mean, I'm getting, what is that? 24, 34, 43K before it resets. I'm okay with that if it just keeps doing it. But I don't like that loss. So what I need to do, what I'm not going to do it yet, is put that healing commander on Dark Fang, and then I think the loop will just completely go and go and go. White's actually doing really, really well. Um, People know he had some health issues, but he's doing a lot better. He's he's gotten a lot more active, so he's doing very, very well. Oh, that's who you are, Ragnar the Witch Queen. I know you, Ragnar. Dome was great. Yeah, White's doing tremendous. Like it's a complete difference how he's doing compared now to say even 3 months ago. So he's doing really well. Thanks, Silkwing, for coming. I very much appreciate it. I look forward to more of your videos as well. Who was I just sending? Tempest. I do have the officer on him, right? Yeah. Okay. And doing this. See, I mean, I've gotten 7 hits so far. Reset again, and I took some damage. Damn. I really need to get the healing officer on Dark Fang, and I probably will be able to do a loop for a long time. So, but I'm sieging, so I don't want to do that. Like I said, I'm hoping that once this fantasy skin comes out, that I can talk him into coming back. Come, well, not just coming back, but coming and playing. Wade is such a great guy. I definitely look forward to it. Okay, he took no losses. See, and that's another thing. I wish these stations gave XP, but they don't for killing the defenders. Because, like I said, right now I have Emberhelm here, and he's not doing nothing but killing the defenders. And he doesn't have range to that 300. I'm still very disappointed in Sylph. I think I'm going to have to try and run um, multiple units and try that out. I mean, the skills do and they don't line up for it. The healing is only on one, but you get this. I'll probably change around skills a little bit. I mean, this is huge. This is all, and this is allied all long range strike craft. This one, the evade is only on one. Yeah, I think that's what I need to try out is doing it with multiple because I don't always remember that the evade isn't working right now inside the game. Hey, Sujuk, that's where I was going. I definitely wanted this one. Damn it, Tic Tac. Because as you can, oh, okay, cool. I've been struggling on my water. My water's been what I've been running out of, resource wise. Which one? Tempest. Okay, 3 more hits with Tempest. Where is Dark Fang? So what? The fantasy skin. It's not out yet, but what the developers are doing is they're going to make it. It's going to be a skin beta thing to where you can switch back and forth. Where like right now we're looking at space, but then you can have it also look like land. It's going to be like a fantasy land. Really cool graphics from what I saw, the couple that I saw, so that you can play on the ground because you'll have more things to look at than like here in space. Because I mean, you have your tiles, but look at the background. It's just stars. There's really not much to look at, you know. So a lot of people are, including me, we're struggling with the stars thing. Let me see something. No, not that one. Can I get it in? Can I get it in? Individual repair. Did I make it in time? Yes, I did. Okay. Now let's check out what Dark Fang did. Yeah, no losses now. So that's what I just need to do, but I need to reinforce. And let me take Hammerhead really quick. I haven't hit a 230 yet. I've hit a 200, which I wasn't really happy about, but and this is a lot of work to switch commanders all the time. But for low spenders and free to play, that's where you're going to make up a lot of ground compared to some of the spenders is your effort. Okay. I think this is going to be really bad. I'm going to say that before I do it, just so everybody knows. But I need to reinforce, refill. And then I'm going to try to do the loop again. Where we talk about it all the time. It's on the War of Nova Discord and the Revolving Games Discord. They've talked about it. If you go to War of Nova Discord, they have son of a bitch, he hit it. He took it. They have a what's it called? Kind of a projected timeline on one of their updates, and he didn't even do too bad on losses. And it said like right now, mid to late December is the PvP arena, and then before the end of December, they're trying to get this skin made. They haven't put up. They put pictures out. I want to say a month ago of what some of the skins might look like, which to me looked very very awesome. Um, so that's where you're going to get your information on that. And from my understanding, what the process is, they have to get approval from Google and Apple Play to get this beta version launched for the fantasy skin. So they pretty much have to apply with both of them. But that part should only take a few days. But you have to have everything on the beta version like fixed, working, usable. So they just need to get a couple more things fixed on it from what I know, and then they'll apply with Apple and Google for the beta version launching. And they're trying to do that probably by the end of this week so that Apple and Google can review it before Apple and Google go on holiday. Because, come on, those big companies, I bet you they're going to be getting a few days around Christmas off and a few days around New Year's off. So that's what it comes down to. Okay, let's check out Hammerhead. How did he do? Okay, finished off the Sylph. And what was the second army? A Cipher. Okay. Huh. Huh. Hammerhead might not do too bad on some 230s though. Okay, now we gotta go back to Tempest and go back to Sieging. Because I am refilling both of those. And then change to Siege. You know, one thing I also did was, and I'll show you after I send Tempest. Again, best practice is to change gear each time. Okay, your best gear on whatever you're trying to do tiles. But what I did was I went through some of these other ships and oh yeah, I changed. I made a bunch of these blue officers because you're going to get a whole bunch of blue officers. I just made simple sets so that, like this Resolute, if I wanted to hit, say, like a level 30 or level 40, he could take it. You know, if I was pathing or whatever, and I don't have to worry about changing officers. Um, because naked, no officers, he might take some damage, but as long as he has some officers that do something, he won't take damage from, the level 30s, level 40s, won't take any losses. Was that the last? I got one more. So, like I said, War of Nova Discord, Revolving Games Discord. I haven't looked at the warofnova.com website recently. And unfortunately, I'm not tech savvy enough to be able to change my screen to show you some of what War of Nova says. Let's see here. Okay, what was I doing? I'm sorry, I was reading something on Discord. Because I messed up. I spam posted, and I posted my stream in the wrong places. Oh well, it happens. Just trying to get more people here. So, this is at 65%, and it wasn't scheduled, just me and a few people that have ships here. I bet you we get this done tonight within the next 6 hours or so because people will start sending. So, Fantasy Skin sounds amazing. Hopefully, it works. I don't even know how much healing I should put onto him. I really don't. I mean, this doesn't become much. I guess it becomes 30% and stun immune. Yeah, I probably should fill that up. Will help with this PvE. Uh, Anything going on in here? Cooly mooly. Ouch. Ouch. Very much ouch. What's he got going on over here? Medium strike, half damage received. Okay. That's not really a good one. Because you got heavies. You're going to want to mono stack that. And initiative. Okay. Yeah. I think you got to put 1 point here, 1 point here, and then you go down into here and get the healing. I mean, Tyrannus and Ograx. Okay, well, you're running Vanguard. That's Terra, right? And that's Vanguard. So this skill isn't helping him at all. I mean, he's getting a little bit extra defense, but the healing would be better. Yeah. Okay, I'll write him when I get off of here. Tempest, where are you? You have one? No, you don't. Okay. So, here we go. These guys got another hit. Yeah, I can't. I won't show it right now. Radiant's huge. I love Radiant. Very good to level up. A little bit, at least. For Siege. So, guys, I'm going to have to take a little quick break. I need to use restroom and get a drink. So, I'm going to leave you on Galaxy for, say, 4 or 5 minutes, and then I'll be back. So, I will leave you with Galaxy Chat. I will be right back. Thanks for understanding. Okay, I'm back. Good morning, Vietnam. Nice. So here's one thing. Let me see if it will have. Let me send another one in. Where's Dread? Dread's the first one. So one thing I don't understand is corruptors on tiles. Why they hurt so much. Hopefully it still will let me bring up that report. Hello, close. Let me go back down to where they are. Will it let me show the report? Corruptors. I do not understand why they hurt so much at all. Because I'm looking at. See, he just totally demolished my Ember Helm. I mean, he's got confusion here on rounds 3, 6, and 9. Okay? I get that. Enemy strike craft receive added damage and inflict stun each round. Okay, I get that. But confusion's 3, 6, and 9. Let's take a look at Ember Helm. Okay, you have this damage received. That's battle group. Okay, Allied Strikecraft recovers 36% for 5 instances of damage taken. So that's on every round. You have this one that recovers 50% HP. Okay, on those rounds that he does. Well, what is his initiative? 322. What is mine? Okay, so in theory, without reading the report, I'm healing him on those rounds. Okay, but I still have that other heal. Okay, I have this attack, but this is on them, and then I mean I'm gonna take this damage on round 3 and 9. Like I said, I still don't understand why corruptors hurt so much. Let me go into details. Combat logs. Okay. We're on 3. So I wonder if I'm how much healing I'm giving him. Okay, round 3 to 4, round 5, round 6. I'm just not pumping out enough damage early rounds. Like I really don't understand it. I mean, look at all this damage dealt compared to his at the end of the fight. And there was no round that I had a huge drop either. It was all a little bit at a time. I mean, from round 3, 7k difference. I really don't understand it. I wish I knew corruptors. Oh, oh, wrong one. Okay, let me go back into that. So, the huge heal on round 4 blocks your heal. Okay, it blocks my heal around 4. I get that. Let's see. It's activated by Corruptor. Okay. Where's this reinforce coming from? Was that the name of his skill? Let me go back into here. Yeah, like, where is this reinforced skill coming from? I do not see it. Here, but, oh, why are these dark? Okay, that's a visual thing. I was thinking that only these skills were active because these were dark. That's what it is. Okay. Okay, I get it now. Thank you, Mig. Like I said, I with them being dark, I just thought they weren't active skills. That makes so much more sense now. You're my hero. Now I don't have to completely rack my brain on it and get pissed off every time. Here, let's check that out. And that's what I was thinking. I was thinking I was just giving him a heal. Where is it? Um, Details, combat logs. Let's go to round 3. Now, was stunned by a shockwave. Okay. Okay, that's shock and all. Why does it say repair drone? 20 effects stunned for 1 round. Okay. Was stunned. Okay, resist, corruptor, attacks, Warhammer. Okay. Okay, right here it says individual repair, which is from Elizabeth. It's guaranteed to recover. Blah blah blah. So was stunned. I don't see anything about confusion. I think it's round six is the next time that I could be confused, right? Round six. Resist skill, shock and awe. Okay. So that's a stun. Warhammer is heal blocked by Corruptor. Okay. Okay, so that makes a sense. Units lost from round 3 to 4. He recovers so much. Okay. Let's see. Round 3. Units remaining. Units destroyed. Yeah, look at that. Right there. 26 units remaining. And then now he's got 44. That's nuts. Like to me, like I look at this and shouldn't. Okay, they're dead. How do you heal dead units? You should only be healing the ones that are alive. That's just the way I think about it. Damn, I didn't see that before. Thank you. Yeah, that's nuts. Okay, that all makes more sense to me. But like I said, to me, it's they're dead. You heal the live ones, not the dead ones. Because Rise to War, um, at one point did heal the dead ones, but they fixed that to where you're only healing the live ones. Why am I so far down? Damn. Oh, because I pulled up that skill, that report. Okay. 3,400, 3,000. Wow. Why is he doing only 400 more damage? Because his um, siege is only plus 10, and his is plus 15. Hmm. So 5 points, 97 ships. We're going to round it to 100. It's okay. It's only an extra 500 points. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, Corruptor, like I said, because those skills were dark, I always thought those were inactive skills, that they weren't unlocked. So, thank you very much, Mig. That makes so much more sense. I know a lot of the reports they had been working on because a lot of the situation was bugged. So, I kind of have been half-ass reading some of these reports, but not taking too much out of them until they were all fixed. Damn. Okay, let's see. What do we got left? I got the open repair bay, construction. I've done repair. I've done storage. Where's storage is 700. I'm at 380. I'll do that. My level 8 command center still got 14 hours. I wish there was more speed ups too. Oh, I know one thing I need to do. This is a very important thing for people is these challenges. Here's another thing early game. I think I had my Ember Helm level 10 or 12 when I completed this. I mean, right here's a bunch of resources, free resources, just by doing the challenges. That's another thing that will help mid game. I think mediums, I think I could kill some of them at level 10, 12. Some of them I couldn't. I think a level 15 to 17 is when I did mediums. The hards I've just been working on recently, and I kind of haven't done much with them. Okay, so Paladin's done. Who else has? Okay, Loki. And after that, I can. Oh, did I ever release that 230 by Dark Fang? If not, I'm going to be upset. No, I did not. Damn it. Striker. Very active guy. Of course, I probably shouldn't show that pin. And then here's another thing. This is another conspiracy theory, but this one might be right. Where corruptors are on some on some um, tiles and others not. So a 260 gas, they say, has no corruptors. If that's the case, we're going to do this. We're going to release that one. And we're going to see how Dark Fang does on it. So, okay, what else can I do right now? I got this stuff building. Oh, yeah. I want to build more broadswords. I generally try to build everything with the same amount of time. I gotta get rid of those lancers too soon. But this way I remember to rebuild. I will say one thing. Galaxy chat, world chat is always kind of funny. It's not toxic like Rise to War became. Okay, I got those two that have starting to get another move. I got these three, Tempest, Paladin 10, Loki 10. Okay. Oh, oh, oh. Let's go in here. I think it's Cypher, right? Yeah, Cypher's still in here. Omnis is in here. And until I get rid of the daggers and have it completely replaced with broadswords, I need to get better at putting both on my siege so that I can switch them out. Oh, no. Just this one. War games. Mig, what are your two main PvP fighters? I know on my ships, I'm more of a siege, pather, farmer, tile flipper than I am fighter. But in this game with my Ember Helm, I've been able to be a fighter and my Cypher and my Paladin for that matter. I mean, here you got these different ships. I've been looking at. I'm hoping to get. I think it was Sun Warden. No, it was Sunder, and Moonveil. I mean, I should be wanting Mjolnir, because he just seems so OP right now. But Sunder and Moonveil are the two that I kind of want. Okay, so Dark Fang is going to hit this. Oh crap! I better get a connecting tile, huh? I've made that mistake before, where I released a tile so that I could farm it, and then it didn't have a connecting tile. Patrols are only the max level. They don't have any mixed levels. Which one thing I loved in Rise to War was those level 6 and level 10 mobs the first like 3 days, because I would just grind them out with every siege commander. I would get so much resource tips from them. Those I used to love. Yeah, Emberhelm is just amazing. You got MJ, Dominus, Revenant, and Cypher. Okay. Yeah, MJ is just too OP right now. Dominus, I feel like, should dominate the entire game, but it doesn't yet. And I think there's a bunch of builds out there for Dominus. Of course, you need more, at least you want the mastery level 5. But I feel like people are building wrong, that there's going to be some kind of tweak in the build that's just going to elevate Dominus that much that people are missing, and I don't know what it is yet. Yeah, like I said, MJ's just too strong. But here, let me look at Dominus. Because this stuff is kind of like amazing. You have your stun here for the first 4 rounds. Actually, first 5 rounds when you max it out. You got your heal. Okay, that's good. I mean, I don't like the Tyrannus Strike Crafts thing. Defense, what is it? The standard attack, that. You have damage dealt. Okay. And right here, all allied units evade the first instance of damage in battle. So you got to stun, you got to evade, you got to heal. So this maxed out, you'll get a 30% chance of inflicting confusion, and that's every round. So confusion, stun, heal. You got normal attack damage, all allied strike craft damage dealt, and then follow up each round. I don't know, like this could be just an amazing ship. Like I could see like Morning Star, Harpies, or what were some of the other ones? Long range ships. Long range ships. Let me go home. Was it Eldarin's long range? Which one was it? Yeah, this one could do well, the sorcerer, because it's unaffected by stun. It's got the defense, and then here you got the against close range strike craft, which everybody's gonna be using. And then you have the damage boost on his R5. Which one was this one? This, see, this one's against heavy strike craft. It's a medium compared to a light, but some people are going to be running mediums. And then there was this one, the Guardian, which I liked, because you get one attack to evade, or one evade, and then you have 45% chance to gain follow up. But Dominus, depending on how many points you have, you could put those points somewhere else instead of putting them in Dominus's evade if you have the right ship. I haven't messed around with Stoneheart, any of their units. I was kind of looking at this rock thrower. I mean, you got your first round damage, and then you have, okay, that's the same thing as like it was in Rise to War for Guardians. You have your 50% chance. What was it called? Shield Barrier or something like that in Rise to War? See, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're talking R5 and R3 on Dominus. I just think there might be like a certain way to go, because I don't know, this can be kind of huge right here, except for where's the confusion? Was it here? Each round against two enemy strike craft. I mean, you're stunning them for the first four, or you're doing this. But if you're lucky, you're only hit proc once on this in the first four rounds, and proc two or three times on rounds 5 through 10. Could be something. Yeah, like right here. All ally strike damage dealt. I mean, you could save points, but you don't get the damage. But you could get here for the first three rounds. I mean, I like the evade. Here's the problem: the first four rounds against all enemies, damage dealt -2%. You use stun against that, you kind of it gets wasted, at least on two of the rounds, because they're not going to attack. So that's kind of a counterproductive one. But then you get your confusion, so this one would be more important. Julia was quick. I don't even what's quick draw. I don't know that skill. Do you have a report in here, Mig? Let's see. Okay, they're talking about that. Let's see. That hurt. Okay, this is lightning. Individual pair. Morgan. See, there's another thing. You have confusion immunity. You got to put a Mig. You got to put a report in here with Julia with quick draw. Yeah, you got screwed there. So it's around 3 to 4 for corruptors. Ends up being three rounds with 180 extra damage for long range. Okay. Yeah, my I'm very limited on my officers yet. What reports do I got going on? Siege, siege, siege. Okay. Let's see. Dark Fang. How close are we? 2 minutes. What's the travel time? 5 minutes? Damn. Screw it. Come here. You got a lot of stamina left, anyways. Yeah, I've been going over my officers like this one. Okay, because I'm always going to use um, Warhammers or Morning Stars. That works for me. But let me show you. I have this one, and I'm not putting this on until I can get a couple of refines because 16.7% chance to gain confusion immunity I think is just a waste. Because, again, that coming off, what is that, 1 out of 7? Yeah, that's 1 out of 7 chances to gain immunity. And then it has to fire off specifically in that round. I mean, if I can get one refine or two on it, then I'll start using him. But I need to go through some of my commanders and redo it like her, like Phoenix. Okay, let's see. What do I have in here? I have close range damage received, long range damage received, Terra, and then one ally damage dealt plus 5% for 1 round. Okay, but well, on Ember Helm it doesn't really work. I don't need the extra damage for my Warhammers. Why is it only showing those four? Those are just, oh, because I'm in augment. And that's another thing. When you want to go to unassigned crew, if I'm in the augment, it only shows I can just empty out the ones that are augmenting. If you go into the enhance screen, you can unassign all of them. Like I got another one of her. I think this is my only Calypso. I mean, 8% chance. That would have to be at least 33% before I would think about using it. But then that's only stun for one round. I'm not sure how that stacks up. So you have damage dealt minus 7%. How much defense equals damage received? Like 1% damage, minus 1% damage received. How much defense is equal to that 1%? That's one of the questions that I'm trying to figure out a way to get answered. I noticed a lot of people using him too. Allies damage dealt plus 5% for one round. And then ship radiation damage dealt. I mean, that would be really good on certain ships. I mean, I know Emberhelm does do some elemental damage, but not radiation damage. I can't remember which ship it was that does radiation. I mean, this one just says energy. Oh, that's the standard. Energy, energy, energy. Was it Loki that does the radiation damage? Energy damage, energy damage. This one does thermal and radiation. And then isn't there one that does an extra thermal damage? Yep, cause an additional thermal damage. So Loki could be a glass cannon. I'm thinking. You know, if you get him the R5, you have all the energy damage. Defense isn't going to help enemy uh, against the energy and radiation thermal. I really think, but I think Loki needs to be ultra high mastery because you need so many um, points. I think to get everything working. Okay, let's make sure Dark Fang has everything. Has nothing. That would have been bad. Nope. Uh, Oh yeah, I got that, or I got him. Ignores enemy defense by 20%, or get extra damage. I rather have the extra damage at 80%. And this one, get the ship initiative and the power. And come back here and let's change your skill to heal. Did I mess with Dark Fang's points skills? I don't remember. These. Yeah, I did this trying to get the loop. That's right. Okay, good. Let's see how this goes. And those things don't work for crap. Let's check out your Dominus, Meg. Okay. On 230, you're at 39. You're doing the mono stack. Okay, let's look. Take a look. Calypso. Gets power. Okay, that's great. Now, here's my question, Maker. I am hoping you're still here. So, for the first 3 rounds, you gain the chance to gain confusion immunity. Now, what if a corruptor is going to be slower than you? So, you act first. Does this still work? So, I'm wondering if it's bugged or not. Whoa. Have you checked to see if these are race specific. Because like with Siege Commanders, it says Elder and Strikecraft, but it works on all Strikecraft. So that might be a thing. Initiative plus, that's a normal attack. One ally strike damage dealt plus 2% for 1 round. That's actually a really nice commander. Ship power, ship elemental, same thing. Ship initiative, damage, health, initiative. Does this one have ship initiative? Nope, just unit. All attack, all defense plus 7. Okay. And then use and heal. Yeah. So you got normal attack damage, damage dealt plus 1 third. Wow. And it's modified by leadership. I'm wondering how much modified it gets. Effects extends to 1 round. So 5 rounds. So you're getting it 3 rounds out of the first 5. As long as it holds. You should be hitting 300s with this. Find one without a corruptor. Is it all gas or is it just 260 gases that never have it? Okay, so here it is. I'm going to be on a loop on this one, which is great. 22k experience. I can just sit and let them go. I don't have to worry about it again. It just depends on when the tile resets who goes on it. No, corruptor hits capital strike. Okay, that's good to know. I went for unit initiative for later in PvP. Okay, because like I said, I'll be honest. A lot of the reports reading I kind of skipped over because we all know that a lot of them are broken. Visual issues, some of the skills. It's kind of one of those things where I just accept it. I haven't really looked into corruptor of why, so I just kind of accepted that hey, if there's a corruptor on the tile, I'm going to take losses. But they said a 260 gas does not have corruptor, so that's really good to know. Does this need cleared again yet? 3 minutes 13 seconds. Okay. Dark Fang is 1 minute 30. So I'll be able to switch. I should find something for Emberhelm to do. He's got a 2 minute attack. I'll time it for when it resets. I can't wait to do some more paladin bombs on ciphers. Works on a couple ships. So it works a little bit on Widow. Omnis it will work against any ship that has damage skills that fire off in round 1. The Paladin Bomb will work a little bit on them. But people learning to reset skills on a cipher kind of sucks for me. Okay. Emberhelm, do your thing. Corruptor is a Grim of Nova, pretty much. Okay, go down here. As soon as this is done, I can switch the officer to Emberhelm, and then switch back when Emberhelm hits. I'll do this though first before I look at the report, so I don't forget. You know, one thing, like the defenders on these stations are so easy. and the siege is a lot because, especially the first part of the season. But I feel like they should make the commanders like 10-15% stronger, the defenders, I mean, on the keeps, and then reduce the siege, by 10% or whatever. Oh, there he didn't do any damage. I don't care as long as he loops. Like I said, I think 65 was the highest that I've heard. So just think about that. 65 draws. That's 5 minutes per draw. That's so 325 minutes of draws. That's almost, what is that? Six. That's almost 5.5 hours of a ship just sitting on a tile. Even if you only get, you know, 15, 20K. I mean, I got 20K on the first one, 19 there. Like I said, if you get 15K, you're talking still over a million XP. And if you do it at the right levels, okay. Now I can switch this back. I mean, because here you got, 248, a million. If you're at, say, level 32 or so, you're going to gain 3 or 4 levels. You do that before you go to bed. Okay, let's see. Who's up? I'm going to start being lazy. Oh, I need to. Okay, Dread has a Radiant has a minute. Okay. I guess I should see if those can be filled. Do I have enough in there? Yes, I do. Woo! Who is the other one? Dominus. Dominus still has the daggers. Let me do this. And I'm going to be lazy. I'm not going to keep switching that out. I should, but it's only for one hit, so I'm not too worried about it. Dread gets to go in a minute. Did Emberhelm take any losses? Nope. I'm liking my production going on right now. It's all even, pretty much. Yeah, what Hanky is referring to here is war games. Yeah, once you get to around level 30, 32 is when I stop doing war games. Yeah, and the Helion, I think, does come up too slow. You got 20 points in a 24-hour period. I mean, why don't you just make it 20, go up to 24 Helion, and then you can do it like once an hour. Then people can figure it out a lot easier. Yeah, and then you got like this is bugged. Why does it say scout? It wasn't scout, it was a hit. Come on, Dread. How much did I get this time? Another 12K. Whatever. think I want to get a little bit more damage going. I don't want much damage, but I do want a little bit so I can get some more XP. That's the key when you're trying to do what I'm trying to do. You need to do some damage, but not much. So, I got that, so I want to go put 1 point in here, put 1 point in here to start, and then I think I'm going to put 2 points in each. Because before I didn't have any points in those, did I? I just had the 1 point. Yeah, I just had the 1 point in here for the less damage. Okay, let's see the difference. Hopefully it hits a Dark Fang. Radiant. Oh, no, not that. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, well. I'm done switching. Paladin. Loki. Tempest. Okay, let's see. Let's take Emberhelm. I hate that he has full stamina. Sure. No. Let's put this one on. Patrol. And it withdraws in 20 seconds. Okay. Where are we? I got 2 minutes until Dark Fang hits again, which I'll show you guys for those that are still wondering what I'm talking about with Dark Fang. It's just an endless loop of causing draws, doing a little bit of damage, causing draws. Okay, let's search again. Didn't I ask for enemy patrols? There's no enemy patrol there. Okay. Engage. See, another visual bug. It's not full, but it is. Okay, let's see. When I hit it full, I got the 22k down to that. And that's with only 1 point and 1 damage skill. Now I put 2 in each. We'll see how much more damage it gets. Because, yeah. I think my highest on doing a loop was something like 21 or 22 hits. And then I ended up hitting a corruptor when the tile reset, which pissed me off. Tiles reset. And there's another Dark Fang. Okay, it's a Radiant. I took 1 loss. which happens. That's okay. 27k, we'll see what happens when that comes back. All my siege is out of stamina. That guy came and took those tiles that I wanted, but I was slow playing it, which is my fault. Let's see. I got the 130 here, or 150. Yeah, screw it. I got open tiles. Valkyrie. And then I'll have Hammerhead hit the 150 and Sylph hit the 130. We'll see how they're doing. Let me look at Sylph. So, I got that, which reduces the next damage dealt. We got the power in here with the damage received. Got a little bit there. We got the evade, which isn't going to work. Trench, we got the recover for long range, and then the initiative. Okay, so I changed her up. We'll see how she does. The only problem is they both use power. So I'm going to try to do this with blues. I think I'm going to give that to Silt because Silt is a weaker ship. I think Hammerhead will do fine on this 150. Yeah, that's the biggest thing is just when things have full stamina, use them. And then what I'll do is I'll time it so that I can switch the healing officer. Oh wait, no. Purple? This one's purple. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to time it. And just switch the officer. Okay. He's almost there. Silth. Whoa, where is Silth? Silth is not connected to that one, so can't just hit recall. Where is Silth? Oh. Because I'm trying to level up faster. So, yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to call this the end of the stream. I did the patrol. I did got 20k. It's better than him sitting there with full stamina, full fuel, and it hit a corruptor. Can't wait until there's going to be some kind of an exchange. I'm going to repeat that we got the battle PvP arena that's coming. Can't wait for that. Oh, let me look at the report before I put that skill in. We got the fantasy skin coming, so there's lots of things coming to War of Nova, which looks exciting. Okay, you're just gonna fill up defense now. I think I got enough damage. Okay, yep, I'm gonna call it for the stream. Thank you guys that have come and stayed and talked, chatted, watched. I hope I was able to teach a couple things. I know I learned a couple things on this one. Thank you, Mig, especially for explaining the corruptor situation to me because, yeah, I was lost. So, like I said, that's going to be it. So, as always, make the most out of what you got.